there, welcome to my channel. My name is Linda. Got a lot of fun DIYs for you today. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Today we're going to be working on DIY farmhouse home decor. So for this first project, I found this frame at Habitat for Humanity. Really don't want the frame. I just want the glass out of it. It's a large piece of glass. It's about 16 by 20. I'm also going to be using some of this wide wood that I got at Home Depot. And once I get the glass out of the frame, I'm going to take this wood and I'm going to cut it. I'm actually going to need 8 pieces. I'm going to need 4 short pieces and 4 long pieces. You can guess for all the sides, and I'll cut those with my miter box and saw. Once these are cut, I'm going to use Debbie's Design Diary DIY White Swan paint on all my pieces of wood here. You see I've got them cut here, 4 short, 4 long. I'm just going to do 1 coat of paint. All sides, front, back, everywhere in between. Normally I do like 2 coats, but this time I'm like, you know what? I don't know why I do 2 coats sometimes when I'm really going to just distress it. So I'm going to only do 1 coat. Perfect. Once these are all done, I'm taking 80 grit sandpaper in my sand block and I'm just distressing around all sides of all these pieces of wood. Basically, we're going to take all these pieces of wood and we're going to frame our piece of glass and we're going to turn it into a window. I'm going to turn it into like a small decor window frame, as you can see here. Glass cleaner, cleaned off my glass. So what I've got here is when I had the wood cut, all the wood is cut so there's about 1/8 of an inch that extends beyond the glass all the way around, and then I will sandwich that glass with more wood on top. And basically what I did is if you cut your top and bottom short pieces about probably 1/2 inch longer in length, this will allow your wood framing to have that extra edge once it's all glued together. Okay, so those short pieces make them a little longer. It'll push your long pieces out and you'll kind of get that edge all the way around. I'm going to be using Gorilla Glue here, and what I'm first going to do is I lay my window on those 4 pieces and I'm just tracing around it so I know where the edge of my window is. And then of course once I do that, I'll pull the glass off and I'll add my Gorilla Glue to my wood. Now the reason I am framing this piece of glass because it just came out of a picture frame, and you all know a lot of times, or all the time, when we take glass out of a picture frame, it's got kind of that raw cut around the edges and it can cut your finger, which it did on me when I was messing with this, so please be careful. So I want to frame it and make sure that it sets in just a little bit on the wood so that if anyone handles around the outside edge, everything is all protected. So I'm first taking my Gorilla Glue and just adding it to both sides of the short pieces of wood so that I can, you know, take that wood and adhere it to the long pieces, and then I'm adding my glue all the way around. Now you can see I haven't put my wood together yet, even though I added glue on those ends, because Gorilla Glue actually recommends you put your glue on and wait about 2 minutes before you actually adhere it, because it will stick better that way. So once I waited about the 2 minutes, I hooked all the wood together, and now I'm laying the glass right on top, sandwiching it in between, and that way nobody cuts their finger on the edges. So I'm pressing down really nicely all the way around, and I'll just set some heavy cans of paint on top until that dries well enough. And then what I'm going to do, Gorilla Glue again, and we're going to go around and do the same thing on top with our other pieces of wood to sandwich it together. That was just kind of thought it was just kind of a nice way to, you know, make your own fake window and keep yourself safe from cutting the glass. And it actually looks really cute in the end. I like how it turned out. I'll be selling this in a craft show, but I think I'll make myself one as well. So same routine, glue around the edges, let that all set up, and then we'll go ahead and add the other pieces around. And I'll cut forward for you a little bit here. Perfect. Once that's set, that 2 minutes, I'm going to add my other pieces of wood. And you can see I didn't like miter the corners or anything like that. I just did a straight cut on all my wood. I thought it looked a little bit more old that way, more like the older style windows. perfect. And of course I will let that set up overnight so everything is all freshly adhered. This is what it looks like. The glass is tucked safely inside. Nobody's cutting themselves. Sandwiched in and finished off. Now we're going to add some hardware. Got this from Habitat for Humanity, and these locks I got from a local hardware store. I used like brown and black flat spray paint, just kind of spraying them back and forth between the two colors, distress them a little bit with sandpaper, get an old look. And I'm going to start using Gorilla Glue to glue this down. I don't really want to drill through the wood with actual screws, because then, you know, we're going to drill through that glass. So my husband came up with an idea. We had these big long screws, and what he did is he used these heavy bolt cutters and he cut the screw part off and just left the top, so we kind of have faux looking screws here, since we can't drill all the way through this to the other side to apply these. So basically what I'll do first is get my hardware on here. I'm going to go ahead and apply my Gorilla Glue to, you know, the underneath on the top and bottom of the handle here. Perfect one side, then perfect the other side. Of course, let it set a bit. I'm not going to put it right on. You can see it's to the side. I'm adding glue to the hinges. Again, just kind of letting it set for those couple of minutes. And then we'll go ahead, and I've marked the holes where I want them to be. Sorry, the camera's focusing on my hair there. Got a little blurry. Add the handle, add the couple of hinges. Now what I've done ahead of time is I've kind of pre-drilled just some little bitty notches in the wood, and I'm coming in with our little faux screws because it's got a little bit of a tip on it, and I'm just pressing it down into those notches. I'm going to show you those notches right here. I just drilled enough to give it like a little divot. That's it. Just so that when I add Gorilla Glue to those fake screws or the screw heads, fake screws, got that little tiny tip on it, it'll fit just right down into that little divot and kind of help hold it a little bit better as well with that Gorilla Glue. So just pressing those fake screws right in, and it looks like we went all the way through both sides, and of course, you know, screwed these in. Gives us our fake look without having to upset our glass, of course. Perfect. These kind of had an odd way of fitting. I kind of had to twist and turn them to get them in there. So we'll do a few more here. I thought this was kind of genius of my husband. I'll give him that, because I'm like, I was just going to glue it on, and he's like, well, you need some screws. I'm like, I don't have any screws. Well, let's do this. Okay, perfect. So I have a quote here. I designed Cricut Design Space once again. Our faith can move mountains. And the fonts that I used was DK Lemon Yellow and Corona font. So I've got it all centered in here. And of course, you can use any of, like Dollar Tree has those large stickers you can buy that you can put in here. Those sticker quotes and stuff like that would work perfectly wonderful here. You all know I just love using my Cricut. So our faith can move mountains, Matthew 17:20. Perfect, pretty, and this project is complete. So if you're new here to my channel today, welcome. My name is Linda. I love doing all sorts of DIY home decor projects, from farmhouse to rustic, primitive, adding in a little paper crafting. If you like what you see here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on a single video from me. For now, let's move on to project number 2. So for this project, I'm working on it, and I'm like, why aren't I filming this? So here's what it is. I'm working on a drawer. As you can see, I just started painting it. Just on the outside using Debbie's Design Diary DIY White Swan paint. I've already removed the handle. I got this in the free bin at Habitat for Humanity. I'll be using one of these signs from Dollar Tree, and some of this wood that used to be a shelf, and it's been sitting outside in the wood pile forever, and it looks great already, so I cut it to the length I needed. Here's the White Swan paint. Just going around painting everything here. And of course my husband says, what are you doing with that drawer? And I'm like, I'm going to paint it. We're going to, you know, make it like a home decor piece for some storage options and put it in a craft show. He's like, nobody's going to buy that. And then when I got it done, he's like, that's kind of cool. Guys just don't see the vision sometimes. So we're just going to work a little bit and show you the process. This was a very easy project to do. I think it turned out so super cute, and I can't believe I found it in a free bin. I actually saw it and I looked at it and picked it up, and then I put it back. I drove out of the parking lot, got halfway up the street and did a U-turn and came back for it because I'm like, nope, I've got to pick that drawer up. So I'm painting it everywhere, you know, inside and out, sides, of course, bottom, everything. Once I got done there, I'm going around for my second coat. I want it to look nice. As you can see, kind of the inside, that first coat, you know, not great coverage, so I definitely want to make sure I do 2 coats. And this is what the sign actually looks like that you get from Dollar Tree. I wanted to show you, not where it's all messed up. I'm going to use the back side of this one, and I've kind of filled in the little staple holes here with some wood filler just so it's all nice and smooth. I'm going to use Dixie Belle chalk paint in the color Hurricane Gray for the top of this drawer. I kind of did 1 coat in white, and I'm going to also do this little sign as well. I'm going to leave this the natural shape that it already is in, because I think the rusticness, you can't get any perfect than that. So I'll do 2 coats here. I actually took that Hurricane Gray, lightened it up with a little bit of the DIY White Swan paint here. I didn't want it too dark, just, you know, a little bit lighter. Like I said, I'll do 2 coats here, and then I'll also paint that little sign. So this front of the drawer will kind of be a gray, then I'll have that white salvaged wood on top, and then another gray sign on top of that. Kind of got 3 layers here. So here I am. I decided to put some feet on the bottom of the drawer. I got a 4-pack of these little kind of rounded blocks at Hobby Lobby, and I painted them, of course, White Swan paint here, and I'm just using my electric sander just to stress around all the sharp edges just a little bit. I thought it would be cute with some feet. And then I'm going to go in as well, and I'm going to go around the drawer inside out and do a little bit more heavier distressing around all the edges and the front panel and everything like that, just to give it a nice, pleasing kind of farmhouse rustic appeal here. I've got 80 grit sandpaper in my sand block. No, I take that back. I started with 80 grit and I wasn't liking how it was working. It was a little bit too aggressive, so I put in 100 grit sandpaper here. And you can see how I've got the inside of the drawer too, because I want that to all kind of match and look nice. The only place I don't distress is the very bottom, because that bottom drawer, the back side of it's kind of a waffly weave, because it's a really thin bottom to a drawer. It's kind of got a waffle weave, kind of like I said, and I'm not going to distress that. We're going to do a little distressing on the front of the drawer here a little bit. And now I'm going in, this is Debbie's Design Diary DIY White Swan White Wax. I want to seal everything, and I decided to go with the white wax versus a spray sealer because everywhere that I distressed, coming in with that white wax, it'll kind of go over that distressing a little bit and kind of give it a little bit of a white opaqueness over the top of it. So you still see the distressing, but not such a quite bold brown look from the wood underneath. And of course I will do this on all of these little feet and the drawer as well. Now on the front of this drawer here, you can see I'm also using a little sponge. I'm coming in with the white wax with my round brush here, and then I go in with the sponge to really diffuse it out. And what I'm kind of doing is adding I do a little bit of the no, I take that back. I don't wax the center so much because I'm covering that up. But what I want to do is kind of give a nice powdery halo effect, a shadowing all around the edges here. So I kind of put it on with the brush, and then I go in and kind of distress it out even more, rub it out even more with the sponge. And then of course I let this set overnight for 24 hours. I've got my feet on here. I forgot to film it, but I was like, quickly snapped a picture with paint cans on top to put pressure on it while it sets up. So here I again have my quote here for the front of my drawer, and I'm using Corona and Georgia fonts. I decided to choose a scripture out of the Bible that I thought would be cute because I wanted this drawer to hold, you know, supplies or your treasures. So I picked a quote that said, "For where your heart is, there your treasure will be also." And I thought that would be cute. Where your heart is, yep, there your treasure will be also. Now, I will say, when I did this quote, I got it all done and got it glued to the drawer, which I did off camera, and then I showed my friend Wendy, who is White Sparrow Living on here on YouTube. Here's what my drawer looks like with the feet on it, and she's like, that front of that drawer needs a handle. I'm like, dang it, it does. So when you see the end result here, first I'm skipping ahead. I put this wood piece on with Gorilla Glue and a couple of nails. When you see the end result where the quote is on the front, I pulled the whole quote off, redid it, reapplied it to make room for a handle in the center, and you'll see that in the final staging. But when this is glued on, once it's glued on, I want to show you a little bit more of this drawer. I think it's so super cute. This project will be complete, handle and all. Thank you, Wendy. So I hope you like how both of these projects turned out today. It was fun just taking a picture frame and repurposing it, making it look like an old window and a drawer in the freebie bin, and made it into a new organizational piece to store your treasures. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know which one was your favorite. Give this video a thumbs up, it helps me out a lot. And remember, if you're not a subscriber and you like what you saw here today, make sure before you leave my channel, you hit that red subscribe button and notification bell. Before I go, I'm going to leave you with one final thought. In the Bible, the book of Ruth, chapter 1, verse 16, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay." Have the courage to move forward. We may not know the outcome, and we don't know what path may lead to another, but don't lean on your own understanding or your own ideas of where you think you must travel. Trust God with all your heart and be willing to move forward. Be willing to move as He moves you and stay where He puts you. Move as one unit. If He moves left, you move left. If He moves right, you move right, because He is in control. Believe God will do what He says and that He will keep you safe. Trust in His guidance. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.